Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to today's episode of Morning Wealth. Three things that we'll touch upon. Roundup of the NFP number, Ray Dalio's comment, and some lemonade. Listen on, I'll tell you more about it. US stocks jumped Thursday after June employment report showed the company added more jobs than expected, reassuring investors that the recovery is continuing. The US regained 4.8 million jobs last month, while the unemployment rate ticked down to 11.1% from 13.3% in May. That marked the second consecutive month that employers added jobs since massive waves of layoffs gripped the country earlier in the pandemic. Both figures beat expectations of economists that were surveyed across the board. All three major US indices finished the day and the week higher, despite seeing Thursday's gains ease in the final hour of trading. The Dow finished 0.4% higher, meanwhile the S&P was up 0.5%, notching its fourth straight day of gain. The index's rally was broad-based, with 9 of the index's 11 sectors ending the day higher. Materials and energy stocks were among the companies that led the march, with Diamondback Energy adding 5% and Vulcan Materials climbing about 4.2%. Growth stocks rallied too. Google's parent Alphabet added 1.9% and Tesla surged 8% after the electric car maker said Thursday that its second quarter global deliveries fell less than expected. Amazon continues to go up higher, went up again 0.4%, helping the company to notch its 9th consecutive weekly gain. That's the longest weekly winning streak on record. Those jumps in the momentum stocks pushed the Nasdaq Composite to a new all-time high. The tech-heavy index gained 53 points or a 0.5% gain. Treasuries were little changed. The 10-year yields hovered around the 0.67 mark. The dollar mostly edged higher against the G10 basket, though the Kiwi outperformed. Oil and gold both climbed. Asian equity futures are mixed. Capital markets are no longer free, is what Ray Dalio said. In a remark, he said, today the economy and markets are driven by central banks and the coordination with the central government, said the Bridgewater Associates founder. As a result, capital markets are not free markets allocating resources in traditional ways. On the equity side, just a bit more on Tesla. Tesla shrugged off factory shutdowns and blew past estimates, delivering about 90,650 vehicles in the second quarter. The figure was well above the consensus of about 83,071. It was also higher than the 88,000 deliveries in the first 3 months of the year. Hence, the shares were up about 8%. Deutsche Bank may acquire all or part of Wirecard's bank, potentially throwing a lifeline to the disgraced business. Lemonade leaped 139% in the first day of trading. The online home insurance provider, backed by SoftBank Group, raised about $319 million Wednesday after selling 11 million shares at $29 apiece. Here's the thing. The company's been unprofitable since its inception in 2015. It's really phenomenal to see that unprofitable companies can still come and list in the environment that we are in today and go off the roof on listing in times like these. Baffles me. ExxonMobil incurred an unprecedented second straight quarter loss, is what they have indicated. Its oil and natural gas unit is going to take a hit of almost 3.1 billion. Margins in its refining business contracted by almost $1 billion, and chemical unit tethered on the edge of loss. So the guidance suggests that the company will post a per share loss of about 69 cents, which is at the midpoint of the analyst range. On the FX side, trading on Friday should be quiet, with US markets closed in observance of the July 4th holiday. Revisions to Eurozone and UK PMIs are scheduled for release, but we don't expect any big moves on the back of that data. Euro held on to its gains on Thursday despite better NFP and Eurozone's mixed data. Light day today. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. Stay safe and healthy, and speak soon.